So today we're talking radon mitigation with Jeremy Nichols from Cyclone Contracting here in Ames. So I'm going to have Jeremy just tell you a little bit about Cyclone Contracting and all the things they can do for your house.
Well, thanks, Chris. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm the general manager here at Cyclone Contracting and Raythert Radon Services. We've been serving the Ames community in Story County for over 24 years. With the Radon division, we purchased the business from Randy Raythert back in November of 2016. So we've been in Radon for a little over 3 years now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So to give you a little background, Cyclone is my go-to for radon mitigation, and January is Radon Awareness Month. So we wanted to make sure buyers and consumers were educated about radon, how we mitigate it, what a system actually looks like, because a lot of people don't even know what a system even looks like.
Sure.
So Jeremy's going to kind of walk us through what a system looks like, how does it actually work, and what is radon. So let's start there. What is radon?
So radon is a naturally occurring gas. It's actually from the breakdown of uranium in the soil, and basically you can't get rid of radon. There are no safe levels, and radon exists everywhere, whether it be in your home or out in Mother Nature. Iowa happens to be one of, if not the highest state in the country for its radon levels.
Okay. What contributes to that? What is causing the radon gas?
It's just the soil content, makeup, all of that stuff over years.
Okay.
That's the best answer I have for it.
Essentially the same stuff that makes Iowa such a great place to farm.
Correct.
Is what makes it a higher radon
Correct.
level state.
Correct.
So,
Yep.
All the
black
organic
dirt.
material.
Yep.
So how's the system work? What is it doing? Where is it installed?
Sure. So there's a couple different ways we can install a system to mitigate. The most common one is what we call a drain tile depressurization, which is going to be you utilizing the drain tile that was in the construction of your home. So maybe off a sump pit would give us the best access, but that gives us a nice area that we can depressurize the soils around the home. And if we're able to do that, we put in an active system using PVC components and a fan that's either outside or attic, in the attic. And then we vent it out above the roof per state rules, and that gets it up into Mother Nature where she scrubs it out. She's the best air scrubber out there. So basically all we're trying to do is get a good source of airflow beneath the slab of the home or from around the perimeter to where we can attract those gases and then vent them out.
It's become a hot button issue in real estate, radon gases. It's become a commonplace to test for radon within the whole home purchase process. So Jeremy, what does a home radon test look like?
Sure, so we use a CRM device or a continuous radon monitor. We're licensed through the state to do that. Those devices have to be calibrated annually. So you're getting a device that's current and reading radon and doing so accordingly. The short-term test is a 48-hour test. So we come in, we set up a monitor, usually in a real estate transaction, it needs to be in the lowest livable level. So that's going to be in the basement in most homes here in our market. We're going to set up the monitor, just leave it sit. We need closed house conditions, which simply means normal entry and exit from the property, but no propped open doors or windows. So usually not a problem this time of year, in that January, December time frame, but come spring and fall, people just have to be aware and they have to keep the house closed up.
And what are safe levels? What's considered safe for the EPA?
Again, EPA's mitigation action standard is 4.0, but there is no safe level of radon. Radon causes lung cancer. It's the second leading cause of lung cancer out there. 21,000 deaths a year are attributed to radon. So there's really no safe level. The EPA has just established that 4.0 picocuries per liter of air to denote kind of where they think people ought to be getting it removed from the home. The World Health Organization actually sets that level in the mid-2s. So they've even lowered the bar in terms of what they want. Even a tougher standard. But for real estate transactions in the state of Iowa, that 4.0 mark is the standard.
And it's not really just if you have a basement that you're living in. We've tested some crawl space homes that actually have radon on their first floor.
Yeah, so absolutely. So I mean, radon, if it's coming into the home and permeating the home, I mean, it can be on any level. Now the standard is that dissipation goes somewhere between 50 to 70% per floor. So if I measure your home, Chris, and you're at 8 in the basement, we would expect you to be around 4, potentially down to 3 or so on the main level, and then in a 2-story, you'd cut that in half, maybe a little bit more again.
Okay.
So as you go up, the houses are constantly breathing, there's makeup air coming in and stuff like that. So tighter new construction homes, that might be a little different. But what I always tell our customers is what you block out, you block in. So the tighter the homes are from air infiltration, the more those gases are going to remain in the homes too. Right? So,
sure.
But for the most part, we found it in slab on grade houses.
Okay.
Crawl spaces with exposed dirt can be problems for radon because you just got the source is just exposed.
Yeah, there's nothing capping.
There's nothing capping it essentially. Yeah, so there's no slab over it, no concrete. So crawl spaces can definitely increase your level, but there's never an opportunity to really pinpoint what the exact source is in any home.
So Jeremy, what do prices run? What's it cost to have a test done? What's it cost to have an actual system installed?
Sure. So our testing is $125 for the 48-hour short-term test using the continuous radon monitor device. And then anyone that tests, whether it be above 4, below 4, anybody that tests with us and chooses to mitigate with us, we'll credit that back to the cost of mitigation.
Oh, fantastic.
So that it's really free testing if you decide to act on it.
Okay.
If you get a level that comes in really low, say you got a 1.0 or 1.5, 2.0, people may say, I'm comfortable with that. So if that's the case, it's the 125 plus tax. Otherwise, we'll credit it back.
And then what is systems generally run?
Right. So
a broad range.
Right. So there's a lot of factors that play into the cost. I always tell people to safely, look in that ballpark range of $1,200 to $1,700.
Okay.
Is usually a pretty safe range.
And what factors play into that? Is it like the electrical run not being near the location, or what all goes into
Well, it certainly could be, but typically it's not the electrical. These are pretty simple operating systems. But a lot of the factors are going to be: is there a sump in the house?
Okay.
Is there drain tile accessible to us?
Okay.
With that sump, can we get to that? Relatively simple. How much pipe do we then have to put in the house to get to the exhaust point, the fan, and then the exhaust point?
Sure.
Typically, the more expensive end of that range is going to be non-sump homes. They don't have drain tile or inaccessible drain tile.
Okay. And so we were talking earlier about a couple of things that are unique to you guys and how you guys do radon mitigation.
Sure.
So let's talk a little bit about the testing that you're talking about, where.
The pressure field extension?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. So on a sub-slab bore where there's no sump present, we start all of those with a process called pressure field extension testing.
Okay.
It's a best practice in our industry in the radon mitigation and measurement world. But all it entails is we take a shot vac and a device called a digital micro manometer in our case, which just reads pressures. And we're going to drill a series of holes. We'll start in unfinished areas.
Yeah.
Try and stay in those. But we'll drill a small series of holes and we'll test between each hole to see if they communicate. So when we're looking for the air source to feed the fan and remove the gases, we know where we're able to pull air and where we're not.
Yep.
It will help us determine how many suction points or below slab points we need, and also help us determine kind of a better cost estimate for you.
Okay. And if you're pulling a lot of moisture out of that hole, maybe the system's not going to be as effective.
Right. If we have we've even run into sump situations where it's a very high water table and it's an older, maybe a clay tile sump or something, where we've recommended and moved forward with installing a new sump pit in the current area of the sump so that we can lower that water table.
Sure.
If the drain tile is full of water, then we're not going to be able to capture the gases through it. And so we don't want to do that. So we'll look at some scenarios like that. But it's all about options and trying to come up with the best possible plan for the best possible outcome.
Yeah. And talk a little bit about warranty too. That sounded like something that's kind of unique to you guys, and doing a 5-year warranty on your.
Yeah, we do a 5-year warranty on everything. Our fan supplier is Radon Away. We use their product, and they've been a great partner, and they warranty everything that we do. The fans are warranted for 5 years, and then we also have just an all-encompassing warranty. So we don't charge anything for return trips. If we have to come back out because something doesn't seem right or there's a noise issue or something like that, we come out at no cost and we drill down on the issue.
Sure.
there are times where there's additional cost involved because maybe they want us to go above and beyond.
Sure.
But we usually are able to...
Maybe phase 2.
Right, phase 2, or we're usually able to isolate areas of concern beforehand and make sure that we're in agreement of what's kind of included and not. But for the most part, 5 years we cover everything outside of damage to the unit. But that, even if the fan has, something, just noise levels, we've warranted fan for noises. So it's a very strong warranty. So Chris, one of the most common questions we get is on the UTube Manometer that people see maybe in the home they're looking at or on the system that we've recently installed. So I just wanted to touch on these UTube manometers are no indication of the radon levels in the home. The UTube is a tool in our industry that basically indicates the pressure on the fan, meaning that the fan is running. So when you see these two are offset, normally these plugs are out. But when you see offset in an active radon system, that's a good thing. But something people want to be aware of is each fan is designed to operate under a different amount of pressure. So it's something in our work that we pay a lot of attention to is the fan pressures to indicate, do we have enough airflow for the fan to be satisfied, get its longest life, and have enough airflow to mitigate and pull the radon gases out of the home. So the UTube manometer does not indicate radon levels, but it is a great indication if your system's operating properly.
So just want to thank Jeremy for taking the time today to explain radon mitigation systems. And if you guys need an expert in radon, give Jeremy a call at Cyclone or give me a call and I can get you in touch with Jeremy and we'll get that knocked out. Have a great day. It's Chris Betts with Chris Betts Real Estate, and thanks for watching.